Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing one of the most common issues that developers face when working with modern front-end frameworks: compose screen, not recompositioning after state change. Have you ever found yourself struggling to understand why your app's UI isn't updating as expected? Even though you've made changes to the state, you're not alone. This issue can be frustrating and time-consuming to resolve, but don't worry. In this video, we'll break down the concepts involved and provide a clear explanation of what's going on behind the scenes. In today's discussion, we'll delve into the world of UI composition and recomposition, exploring why sometimes our app screen doesn't update as expected after a state change. We'll examine the key factors that contribute to this issue and provide practical insights to help you troubleshoot and resolve it in your own project. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of how modern front-end frameworks manage UI composition and be better equipped to tackle similar issues in your own world. So, let's dive into the meat of the issue. When we talk about compose screen, not recompositioning after state change, what are we actually referring to in essence? This issue occurs when our app's UI doesn't update as expected after a change to the application state. This can manifest in various ways, such as outdated data being displayed or interactive elements not responding correctly. To understand why this happens, let's consider how modern front-end frameworks manage your composition. When we create an app using a framework like React or Vue, our code is essentially describing what the UI should look like at any given time. The framework then takes care of rendering that UI to the screen and updating it when necessary. However, sometimes the framework might not have enough information to determine whether the UI needs to be updated after a state change. This can occur due to various factors, such as inadequate dependencies. If our component doesn't declare all its dependencies correctly, the framework won't know that it needs to re-render when one of those dependencies changes. Memoization. Some frameworks use memoization techniques to optimize performance by catching the results of expensive computations. However, if we're not careful, this can lead to stale data being displayed after a state change. To resolve these issues, we need to ensure that our components are declaring all their dependencies correctly and using memoization judiciously. We also need to make sure that we're updating the application state in a way that allows the framework to detect changes and re-render the UI accordingly. Let's consider an example to illustrate this point. Suppose we have a simple counter app with a button that increments the count when clicked. However, due to some complex logic, the button's label isn't being updated after each click. In this case, we might need to add additional dependencies or adjust our memoization strategy to ensure that the button's label is correctly recomputed after each state change. So, what are the main points to take away from today's discussion? Modern front-end frameworks manage UI composition by rendering the UI to the screen and updating it when necessary. Compose screen, not recompositioning after state change issue, can occur due to inadequate dependencies or memoization issues. To resolve these issues, we need to ensure that our components declare all their dependencies correctly and use memoization judiciously. That's it for today's video. We hope you now have a better understanding of the compose screen, not recompositioning after state change issue, and how to troubleshoot and resolve it in your own project. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them below. And if you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe for more content on front-end development and related topics.